how I fixed anterior pelvic tilt and how you can do the same, coming up. Yo, what is cracking, my fellow crew members of Gain Train Express? How are you doing today? If this is your first time here on this channel though, you need to hop on board and subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications, because if you want to discover and unleash your body's infinite potential, then you've come to the right place. Because as this will be your home of bodyweight strength training, make sure that you hit that button and turn on that bell. Right, so it was around June last year, so that'd be about 2018. Well, not about 2018, it was 2018. And I was doing some rehabilitation work for my elbow tendinopathy on both elbows. And I was coming towards the end of my training cycle. And my last workout, I started to feel a really weird tightness in my right hamstring. And I was thinking to myself like, oh shoot, like I've got this injury here, this injury there, and now this. Like, what has happened to me? Why am I falling apart all of a sudden? And the thing is as well, is that this was just before I went on holiday to the Dominican Republic. So my physio was actually fully booked beforehand, so I had no time to go and see him. So, you know, I was like, okay, I'll pack my bags, I'll fly off with my family over to South America. And it was funny, literally, like the first thing I did when we got to the hotel, got the Wi-Fi up and searched, why is my hamstring so damn tight? Do I have a hamstring strain? Oh no. Do I have tendonitis like my elbows? Oh no, not this again, man. But then I came across a post that was related to anterior pelvic tilt. Then I did the test for anterior pelvic tilt in the hotel room. I lied on the floor and realized that I actually had a pretty big arch and gap in between the floor and my back, which obviously indicated that I had anterior pelvic tilt. So although I knew the problem, what was the solution? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to highlight in this video, my friend. So the first step I did to fix my anterior pelvic tilt was to simply fix my posture. And I do actually have a video on this YouTube channel which highlights the 4 steps you can use yourself to fix your posture at home, which I'll link right up here for you to check out. But in short, when it comes to anterior pelvic tilt typically comes from weak abdominal muscles, weak glutes, weak erector spinae, and then our quads and hip flexors get very tight and inactive. So what happens as a consequence is that this forces our pelvis to, you know, stay in this uncomfortable tilted forward position, which then causes, you know, this chronic arch in the lower back. So, you know, if you're watching this video and be like, Jay, like my lower back is always killing me. It may be because you have anterior pelvic tilt, my friend. And also, as I was doing my due diligence, I found that anterior pelvic tilt, i.e., you know, the likes of tight hip flexors and weak glutes, typically comes from prolonged periods of sitting. So one thing that significantly helped me with fix my anterior pelvic tilt is switching, you know, 80% of my time sitting down to actually switching that, so that I was spending 80% of my time standing up. So I wasn't, you know, doing all the bad habits and putting myself in the positions that contribute to anterior pelvic tilt. And so with that covered, obviously I then carried this over to my strength workouts. And so from here, I mainly focused on, in the lower body, focusing on strengthening the posterior chain, particularly the glutes and the hamstrings. As you know, as a calisthenics athlete, my abs were pretty strong in the first place. And so the exercises I focused on particularly in my lower body workouts was exercises that emphasized either a neutral spine or a posteriorly tilted pelvis. And so obviously with an anterior pelvic tilt, this is where the pelvis is tilted forward. But with a posterior pelvic tilt, the pelvis is tilted backward. So with that said, any exercise that I was doing before, like back extensions, where I'd actually, you know, tilt my pelvis forward into an anterior pelvic tilt, I obviously dropped that because I wanted to reteach my body how to maintain a neutral spine rather than an arch back, you know what I'm saying? So for me, the main ones I felt that helped, I did a lot, and I mean a lot, of glute bridge variations to strengthen the glutes. And then I did some hamstring curl work, both with my body weight and with bands to help strengthen the hamstrings. And then for the abs, because I actually, again, at the time I had elbow tendinopathy, so I couldn't, you know, do my ab work on the bars or whatever, I actually did a lot of hollow body variations, which was perfect for building core strength in the way in which I desired, because we simply have to, again, maintain that posterior tilted pelvis and a neutral spine throughout. So again, for me, I felt that, you know, the combination of glute bridges, hamstring curls, and hollow body variations were really great. And then again, for the hip flexors and the quads, Bulgarian split squats were really good for me as well. So pretty much build strength while maintaining a neutral spine. I really could have just said it like that. I'm sorry, my friend. I'll make it up to you with some even more valuable content, which for step number 3, which will seriously help you out, is pelvic tilts. And so what I did is that I did pelvic tilts, 10 slow reps lying down and then 10 slow reps standing up. And I actually did this every single day because it's low intense, it's not very strenuous on the body whatsoever. And it's a great way to, again, practice and teach your body how to maintain and sustain the neutral spine that you desire. And so in order to perform this, simply put, for the line variation, that is, obviously you lie on your back, and then what you do, you start out with an anterior pelvic tilt where your back is arched, and then by tensing your abs and squeezing your glutes, what will happen is that your rib cage will shorten, so then your back will then come down in contact with the ground as you will go from an anterior pelvic tilt to a posterior pelvic tilt. And once you've squeezed that for a couple seconds, and simply slowly release that tension. As you go back into an anterior pelvic tilt, you simply repeat that for repetitions. Very easy and very effective. And as a bonus step, I want to give you something that is even easier, which is literally something that helped me to fix anterior pelvic tilt while I was sleeping, was actually placing a pillow beneath my legs while I was sleeping, literally. Like, I'll explain it later how this is so effective. So pretty much, when you next go to bed, my friend, I want you to simply lie on your back and get a pillow and actually lie it around the back of your thighs, that being your hamstring region. And from here, again, you're just simply going to lie flat, and you'll notice that as you do this, your back will actually naturally position itself into a neutral position, which is awesome because that's what we want to do here. And although I don't know the whole science behind this, I'm pretty sure what this does is that obviously, with anterior pelvic tilt, what happens is that our hip flexors get really, really tight. But when we actually, when we're sleeping and we actually position like a slight elevated surface beneath our leg, we actually relax the hips a little. So we actually take all that tension off the hips for several hours overnight. Think about it, if you do it, consistently for a prolonged period of time. I literally did this for months, and I actually continued doing it once I fixed my anterior pelvic tilt. If you fix your posture, you focus on your strength exercises, you practice your pelvic tilts, and you do that little trick with the pillow while you sleep, I'm telling you, my friend, although again, anterior pelvic tilt is not something that forms overnight, so it's certainly not going to be something that fixes overnight. You're literally going to have to dedicate weeks, even months to fixing this problem. But trust me, my friend, once you have a neutral spine and you're able to stand around with pride and confidence, you'll look back and be like, damn, I'm so glad that I was persistent and consistent with my efforts so that I no longer have anterior pelvic tilt. Remember, nothing worthy in life comes easy, my friend. And so, with that said, if you enjoyed this video, you either like my content, you enjoyed watching every single minute and every single second of this video, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below that this video came in good hands to you. And if you're new to this channel, you may not have actually picked up my free ebook yet over my website, which is down in the description down below for you to download now for absolutely free, which is my new and updated 5-step formula to infinite motivation, which covers the strategies that I and my clients use to surpass our health and fitness goals. Again, you can download it right now on my website, completely free, and it's all yours for the taking. And so, that's enough for me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, my friend, and as a crew member of the Gainstrength Express, keep moving forward.